Hi, Scott here again. How are you going? Are you enjoying things? Are you having fun? Are you finding it easy? Now remember, of course, if you've got any questions to ask, or queries, don't hesitate to send me an email, info@scottmathiasraw.com, okay? So you know who I am after all these videos, so let's move straight on to the next video. Now this is one of my favorites. This is a real little masterpiece, something that's easy to do again. Lime-infused carrot and cucumber with a porcini mushroom cream in the center. Now you saw it in the beginning of the video, you'll see it again in the end, and let's just get on and do that. First thing we're going to do is actually just do some lovely carrot in our spiralizer, because you're going to need a carrot and a cucumber, an avocado and some porcini, which I'll talk about more in a second. But the main thing is to get these, get the carrot and the cucumber infused. And now we want these as long as possible because these are going to wrap around the center of your food form. So that's probably long enough, so we'll keep them as long as possible rather than in little pieces, and you find that they actually form beautifully. A little bit more, that'll do. Okay, now we'll just whip our carrot out of that, quite picturesque. Now just separate the carrot and the cucumber, because the cucumber's going in here, green and orange. And again, just put that down the side as long as you possibly can make them. And that's probably long enough for the first strand, thinking that that's going to go in. Beautiful. That's probably more than I need anyway. So if I need any more, I can always come back. Okie doke. So now we just squeeze some lime into that. Now, I know I use a lot of lime, but it's fabulous. As I've said before, it's very alkalizing for the body. Use citrus if you haven't got lime. And if you haven't got citrus, I don't know what you're going to do. But there's always available, there's a lemon's always available somewhere on the planet. A little bit of apple cider vinegar. Always. Now we're just going to just douse these in the lime. No salt. And just let that sit for a few minutes. Beautiful. Okie doke. And those can go there. Now we're going to make the porcini cream. Now porcinis I get from my local organic store. They're actually a dried mushroom, but you can use any sort of dried mushroom. They're very, very concentrated flavors. They look as though something you've just picked up off the ground, but they are beautiful. They're dried porcinis. And I think these are actually grown in France, so they're the real McCoy. And what I've done is I've actually put some of the dry porcinis in my bullet and used a coffee grinder to create a lovely fine dust, which actually I'm going to add to the avocado. I've also rehydrated some of the porcini, which is actually going to go on top. You can see that there. It's actually going to go on top of the little masterpiece that we're going to create. Okie doke. Now one thing I have forgotten, which I must just get out of the refrigerator, just quickly, is we need a dab of of cashew cream. And this is serving me really well, that bottle of milk. Alright, so let's just take that out of here right now. And you can use a whole avocado if you want to, but I'm only doing one for myself for my dinner this evening. So, excuse me, don't need a lot. And again, just vary the quantities and just break that up with your fork. Again, we're not looking to make this too runny, otherwise it just runs out of the bottom of the masterpiece. And we will season this again. But this is more than enough. I originally started out doing this dish by putting the avocado in my bullet. A little bit of milk, just a little bit of nut milk, dab, that's it. Now, some of the porcini mushroom powder, beautiful. And a little bit of sea salt. Okay, now stir all that in beautifully. Just stir it in. Now the taste of this is fabulous. And you can actually just whip it around with your fork. Get all the other stuff off the top. Oh, beautiful. Wow, that is delicious. Doesn't need anything else in it actually. What happens with mushroom basically is in a dry state, especially when it comes into contact with water, and even in something like this little cream that I put together, it will actually concentrate, so the taste will concentrate beautifully. Okay, so the next step is to then take your food form, pop it on your plate, and let's begin actually just filling the center of this and filling it in a way that there's a lovely coil, so that that lovely coil basically coils around and you get the lovely coiled effect as I've managed to achieve in the photograph. And then we're going to just fill the center up with beautiful cream. That's lovely. Now you get quite adept at using these things after a while. And we're going to put some orange down first, followed by some green. And that's about the length that you need it. And try and get an element of evenness about it. That's good. Now we'll just put some green in here. And again, just string that around the inside of the form. Now, nine times out of 10, this holds together, and it should hold together beautifully. We'll just get some of that green out of the bottom. That's what we want. Don't want too much there. There we go. And you're making a little bird's nest. And the idea is to get the colors to work with each other. So just string that around. That's it. See how it just coils in beautifully? Now when I get my overhead camera installed, you'll be able to see this going in, but it's just fab. And then we put some, just let that little bit of that lime juice off the top. We put some more carrot on the top. There we go. And just again wind that around to achieve that little bird's nest effect. Now you can hurry this, believe me, but I just want this to look really specky for all of you. And I don't believe in doing a half-hearted job. Now that's all it is. Okay? Now I can put my finger in the center of that. It's very difficult to show you. Well, I guess I can do that. But you can see how I've wound it round the center there. And now we're going to fill up that middle with some of this beautiful cream. And again, a really spectacular dinner party dish if you really want to show off. But having said that, you can play around with the flavors in the center of this. And that's basically all you're going to need there. Beautiful. It's so tasty. And not to be confused with Toasty, who's actually fast asleep on the couch. And now let's just drape some of the, and I actually just want to dry this off a bit, so I'll just use that. Some of the rehydrated porcini on the top. And Bob's your uncle. Just delicious. Okie doke. Now we just remove that. Voila. A little bit of oil around that. Lovely. And we will give us a little bit of an S&P. Now this is essentially my own invention. And there it is. It is absolutely beautiful. Alright, there are pictures at the beginning and the end of the video, but that is stunning. And the cream interlaced with the lime and the porcini is just amazing. I hope you enjoy this. It's really fun to make. You'll enjoy eating it just as much as I enjoy eating it. And this is such a beautiful thing, I almost don't want to eat it. But anyway, so until the next video, I hope you're having lots of fun doing your raw thing. Remember, don't worry if you fall off the wagon every now and again. It's not imperative to be 100% pure, but do your best to get more phytonutrients into your system. Until the next video, I'm Scott, and here's to porcini cream. Cheerio.